Good morning, my name is Pharada. Today's topic is understand changes in color, size, CO2, and other changes in the beans. So there are two things to cover. First, physical changes in main reaction, and second, the connection between color and flavor. So as you can see, these are the changing in color while the bean is being roasted. So what are the roasting level that you're familiar of?
I know just three level.
Three level?
Light, medium, and dark.
Yes, so broadly there are light, medium, and dark roast. And the color and taste is different, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's dig down into it of what's happening during the roast. I'm going to walk you through the stages of roasting. Start off with drying. Drying is when you just release the bean into the roasting chamber and the bean absorbing heat and the moisture escape. So at this time, the color will slowly changing from green to yellow and is entering the second stage called yellowing. At this stage, happening at around 150 degrees Celsius, it's going to be Maillard reaction. This reaction is mainly affecting aroma, flavor, and color. So it is also resulting a molecule called melanoidin. So this is the main reason it turns brown. The color turns brown and it's turned to a darker brown this time because when it reaches 170 degrees Celsius, it will be a caramelization reaction. So at this time, you can smell more like a sugary, caramelly. Yes, before you can only smell like nutty, grainy, and some glassy at the beginning. Right. Okay, so along the way, when it hit 200 degrees Celsius, it will be a first crack stage. That when you can hear a popcorn sound. At this time, there will be a lot of aroma, a lot of flavor developing, and the color returns to like a cinnamon brown. And after that, when the temperature keeps rising up, when you roast for long enough, it's going to be a second crack, and then that's a dark roast. From the first crack, it's going to be a light roast, and then when you roast a little bit longer, turns to like a chocolate color, it's going to be medium, and then when it hits second crack, that's a dark roast. And then when you want to finish your roast, you're going to release the bean out of the chamber to a cooling tray. It is to cool down the temperature of the bean to lock the flavor. So now you know the color changing. So what about the size? The size is also growing because when you just release the bean into the chamber, the energy absorbing inside the bean, that's creating an internal steam pressure. So the size is growing larger and larger, but it will be a lot larger when it hit first crack because it is when the energy releasing. So the term we call endothermic as absorbing heat, and then exothermic is when it's releasing. Okay. So at this time, I would like you to taste the different roasting level in front of you. So I hope you can feel the same as I am going to explain. There's going to be a light, medium, and dark sample there. And how do we classify that? What is the light and medium and dark? We have what we call an Acton number. So we use the Acton analyzer to determine the roasting temperature of the roasting level. So the higher the number, the lighter the roast. The lower the number, the darker the roast. So the light roast is going to be more like a fruit acidity. Citric and malic acidity. And as you go darker and darker, there's going to be less, as well as the aroma of the fruitiness will be less as well as it goes darker. Right? And if you go higher temperature, longer time, that's going to be a darker roast. There's going to be more body and more bitterness along the way. That's because of the lactic and chorogenic acid is increasing. And also the sweet aromatic will be more. And if you roast for too long or having too much heat, there's going to be more of the smokiness and what we call a dry distillation aroma group. Okay. So now you know that color is a key for consistency along with the roasting profile because as you can taste, right? Okay. Do you have any questions? If not, thank you for today and hope you have a good journey of coffee. Goodbye.